Hi folks, I'm Dick Pexton, CEO of Pro Business Blogs. As a young man while I was still in college, I managed the men's side of a small penny store. It was different then than it is now. We had to tie packages together with paper and string. There were no plastic bags, there were no adding machines, no calculators. We had to add up a person's total sale on a pad with a pencil. And as Christmas approached and as school started, certain times of the year it got very, very busy in the store. And one of the fun challenges, at least for me it was a fun challenge, was to see how many people I could wait on and keep all of them happy. Keep them from being disgruntled because they didn't want to wait any longer. And I was fairly successful at this because I had the gift of gab, possibly. I like to talk to people. And sometimes you might be waiting on 5 or 6 people at a time, and it wasn't just a slam dunk. We had to count the change. We had to figure the change. We had to add up everything with a pencil and paper, as I said. So it was slower waiting on a number of people. But it was a good experience for me because I've always been fairly conscious of good service. The other day, I walked into a large merchandiser, and I just needed some batteries for the little switch that you use to open your car door. And I went back to the back of the store where I thought they'd be in the electronics, and they had an empty peg for them. There was nothing there. And a clerk told me that I could walk up to the front of the store in the jewelry counter where the watches were sold. Possibly I could find some there. So I went up to the jewelry counter, and I waited a couple of minutes, walked around it a couple of times, couldn't find the batteries. Finally I saw them down very near the floor. There was no help at the jewelry counter. And I knelt down on my knees, and the very bottom peg there had the batteries that I needed. So I took 2 packages of them, and then I went up to the checkout stands. Now this store has many stands where you can serve yourself. You don't get a discount for serving yourself, but they're there if you're tired of waiting in line. And they had many checkout stations, and most of them were not being occupied. Those that were occupied had as many as 5 and 6 carts of people with groceries and other merchandise waiting in line. It was bad, and it's typically bad. But I finally bought my batteries and went home. I can't help but think of how much we have lost this feeling of being appreciative of our customers. I did go to the customer service and I said, is there any way to complain about this? We're in the store, you guys are advertising, you'd like our business, but it doesn't seem like you're doing anything to earn it or deserve it when we get in the store. Look at all the lines. Don't you have any other people that can come up? Can't you call up checkers? She said, we can't do anything about it, sir. That's just the way it is. And I said, well, who can you complain to? She says, we have complained, sir. She called me sir, which was very nice. But I don't think that they paid too much attention to me after I left the store. And maybe I won't pay too much attention to them in the future. Maybe I'll find another place. Maybe a smaller store. Maybe a store that I pay more for the batteries, but at least I get service. Something to think about for your store. How are you treating your customers? And what are they saying to their friends after they leave your store? How's your website? And how's your blog doing? Is it inviting people into your store? And when they get there, are they happy to be there? Are they being treated right? Are they being treated as though you'd like them to come back and bring their friends? Think about it. Food for thought. This is Dick Pexton, CEO of Pro Business Blogs. I hope you have a great day.